Alright guys, this is back. We're on our second segment now. We are making potatoes and eggs with my other sister Christina. Hello, hello, hello.
Okay, so today we are making potatoes and eggs, alright? So every culture at one point has had something like this because it's really a poor man's dish. It's, you know, around the time of the Depression, you couldn't get much, so potatoes and eggs, two cheapest things you could get. So that's why I wanted to make it for everybody here, because as college students, we're all broke. Or, well, you're all broke. I'm not a college student anymore. This is all the ingredients you're going to need. We have milk, eggs, potatoes, onions, garlic, pepper, rosemary, salt, pepper, basil, olive oil. Now, on a budget, all you really need, eggs, potatoes, milk, salt, pepper. Okay, that's the way my father still makes it.
Or if you have butter, you don't need to use olive oil.
You don't need to use butter. Okay, yeah, you can use butter. I just prefer olive oil because it cooks at a higher temperature, so butter will burn a little faster than oil will.
And
just something to keep in mind.
Because it's Italian.
And it tastes better. And it's better for you.
Yes.
It really is. So we're going to start off. You see I already kind of got some things cut up, but I'm just going to show you the way we want to get these cut. So, as Julia mentioned earlier, I learned this recipe from my father, who learned it from his mother. I've made my own little adjustments. The salt, pepper, that second thing I said, that's my father's recipe. I like to add a couple of things. I like a lot of stuff, as he likes to say.
He calls it doctoring it up, if you will. That's what Dad calls it. And so we're doctoring this up with peppers and, I mean...
The rosemary, let me tell you, my father doesn't do the rosemary.
It
the
needs
rosemary,
it needs
amazing.
I'm telling you.
First of all, once you start cooking these garlic and onions, your whole apartment or
house building,
whatever, is going to smell amazing. Everybody's going to wonder what you have.
And
once you put that rosemary in, forget about it. So, now,
careful, Chris.
Dropping onions. So now, little trick of the trade, when you're chopping onions, this is just a bowl of water, okay? Nothing fancy. And the onion smell and all that stuff that usually makes you cry will actually go into here. Okay?
And the reason why that works is when you chop an onion, it's searching for the closest moisture. That's why you'll taste it in your mouth and you'll feel it in your eyes, and that's why you'll start to cry. So that's what the water does. That takes it so it's close, it'll just go absorb it.
So this is home style. It doesn't have to be any particular way. You basically just want it chopped up, all right?
Rough chop.
Rough chop. Rough chop.
If you got a food processor and you're fancy, you could always just put it in the food processor.
And you could throw the garlic right in there with it too.
Everything, you know, you're set.
Okay, so see, I just cut it in half, you know, slice it down, right across.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful
Easy enough.
Now, when Christina starts cooking this, the smell of olive oil, garlic, and onion
is the best smell in the world.
The best smell in the world. If you come from an Italian household,
you know the deal.
You think it's instantly Sunday. It is instantly
Yeah.
Sunday in your brain, and you're like, okay, where's Grandma? Where is the bread? Where is the sauce? When I was a little kid, I would go to my grandma's house, and she would be cooking like her Sunday gravy with the meatballs and the pasta, and she would literally put a bowl on the table, hand me a straw, and say, go. And I would drink the bowl of sauce with a straw. That's how delicious it was.
Just so you can see how to mince the garlic. Now, if you're like my mother, who doesn't cook, I'm sure, I don't know if you've talked about...
I have not talked about Dorothy's cooking styles.
Oh, Dorothy. Dorothy's cooking style is that she doesn't have one. Yeah, so, if you're like Dorothy and you cannot handle or you just don't feel like chopping anything, what you do is just take your knife, push down, crush the garlic. Okay, that is the lazy man's way of adding garlic into anything. This is okay, I'm going to take a little extra step way. So,
my mother has never taken an extra step of cooking her life.
Never. So, here we go.
But we love you, Mom.
Again, we're just doing just as thin as you can.
If you remember from Goodfellas, if you've ever seen that movie, they do it with the razor blade, you know, like very fine, but you don't need to do that all fanciness. My mother, good at many things. Cooking is not one of them.
She can bake.
She can bake. She makes the Christmas log. That will be on the Christmas episode, so stay tuned. That should be fabulous. I can't wait to do Christmas episode. Not just Christmas, excuse me, I need to be politically correct. The holidays. So, yeah, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, you know, all those festivals for the rest of us. That is soon approaching.
So, we're going to cut up the potato. So, it's already washed and everything, don't worry. Alright. So,
can you move this? So
you just want to slice it. Again, easy enough. You don't gotta take the skin off unless you really hate the skin. But this is actually
the
the
skin
skin's
is
the
where
best
flavor
part,
lives.
and it's the best part of the potato for you. It's got all the fiber. Fiber is a good thing.
Yes.
And for you freshmen out there who are still a little nervous about using the bathroom, get over it. Okay, everybody's gonna smell your poop.
I know. There's a girl in my building who waits till it's really late at night and like where everybody's
poor
asleep,
girl.
and then she
Listen,
goes to the bathroom.
it's better to let it out and bear the shame than
Leave
hold it
it
in
in
and bear
feel
the
the
pain. Let me tell you.
You said it, sister.
So, alright, so potatoes and eggs. So just like that, nothing fancy. And as I said, this is really a home cooking kind of recipe.
This
like,
is the easiest thing to make. That's why I thought it was
that's why I'm doing it.
excellent
And really, what I said about this was, for all you people, like, this is perfect hangover food.
Ugh.
Like,
This
you
is
wake
the
up
best hangover
the
food.
next day after a big party, like maybe all your friends couldn't make it back to their room, or like you have a house off campus, you're all like, everybody crashed at your house for the night so they didn't have to take the drunk bus, or, you know, walk back. And you got all these drunk, hungover,
Okay, now,
you know, combination of the two people waking up in your house, and everybody's hungry. So instead of driving to the diner, making your troop,
or
and
wait,
then
if you wanna go
everybody
that-
paying, can you stop? Paying $10 a person.
This is why I don't like her on the show.
Because I'm better. So anyway,
Last time on the show, Christina's officially fired after this, everybody. Just
Okay.
let everybody know.
I've been fired like 4
Christina's
times.
been fired so many times. This is her last firing. Lucy can come on whenever she wants, because Lucifer is obviously the better candidate, because she knows her place.
Excuse me.
All right.
You don't know your place. So anyway.
I'm a woman, I am in the kitchen, I know my place.
I'm a woman in the kitchen. You know I know my place. So this is the amount of garlic and onion you want to use, all right, and the rosemary. So you could do a little more, a little less, depending on your preference. And if you don't like garlic and onion, forget it, all right? So
This is hot.
it's hot.
No, I smell it. You'll know the smell.
You'll know the smell. So we're just gonna add everything right into the pan over here. Start with the onion. Oh, baby. That smells so good. Can everybody here just marvel at that?
I feel bad. This is why they need to invent smell-o-vision. I mean, I'm telling you, smell-o-vision would be clutch in this situation, because the smell that's filling this room, like, I know that we are in the kitchen in Naga and it's all sealed in, but I'm sure that there's people like smelling it out there like, ooh, what's that? Can I have some, you know? So Christina's moving it around, keeping it nice and cooking. Nice
Yeah,
and
you always want to keep things moving. You know, don't let things sit, because that's how you get
That's how you
burnt
burn.
food. So we're just gonna add a touch of salt.
I mean,
This is like a little touch of salt.
we all know on Get Baked with Julia we like to burn, but not our food.
Listen, we're getting fried today.
We're getting
not
fried tonight.
We are not baking right now.
Because Christina is not the baker.
That's Julia.
That's-
She bakes. So now we're gonna add in the potatoes.
The potatoes take longer to cook.
But the way I slice them, Jules, because remember how Dad used to cook them? My dad, as I said, I've modified the recipe a bit from what my father does. And one of the things that he does is actually cook the potatoes in chunks.
Yeah.
So
which
I
takes
slice
much
them
longer.
thinner just for the reason that they cook a bit faster. And when you have hungry, hungover people, they really don't care about waiting. They don't want to wait for anything.
Like
so,
Victoria.
like Victoria. I actually, what was nice about when I was in college, because Julia bakes, I don't really bake. I don't do it. It's not my thing.
She doesn't like measurements.
I don't like measurements.
as
Like you
Christina
see
said,
me, I'm like,
neurotic
ah,
with
do a little this, a
measurements.
little that. My sisters bake. I cook. So in college, it worked out to my advantage, because I had an agreement with a few people, and what they would do is they would buy food, and they would just bring it to me to cook, and I would eat for free.
And
All I
can-
had to do was make it. It was the best arrangement ever.
Can I interrupt you, Christina? If
Uh-huh.
anybody wants to do that with me, I am more than willing to do that. Pay for the ingredients, and I'll make whatever your little heart desires. I say it all the time. People come up to me like, "Oh, you're getting to Julia. Will you make me this?" I'm like, "Sure, buy the ingredients." You're like, "Oh, we have to pay for it?" I'm like, "No, I'm just gonna feed you. Yeah, I'm just gonna make something and hand it to you." And,
Yeah, it's like,
yeah,
yeah,
like who are you? Like this is not free. Do you know how much this costs? sauce.
We're adding
very
some
hot
black
in this
pepper
pan.
in now.
So Christina's back over there with the pepper.
You know, more or less, it's all about what you like. You know, don't take my word for word. If you know you don't like garlic, don't add garlic. I don't know how anybody doesn't, but I know people don't like garlic.
There's weird people like that. My
You don't like
roommate
onions?
didn't like garlic or onions or peppers until I cooked them for her.
Okay.
So Christina is gonna add those peppers in, and then after she gets the peppers in, she's gonna mix them the same way,
Yeah.
and then we're just gonna pour the eggs on top and cover it with some aluminum
We'll put them
foil.
in right now.
So she's gonna cover it, and then we're gonna put the eggs in, cover it with aluminum foil. That's a little cook.